Hey everyone! So today I'm out in the forest looking for fairy slippers. It's early June. I'm in the central interior of British Columbia. This mixed pine forest. There's a few spruce trees as well, a lot of poplars. And I'm looking for a flower that we see for only a week or two in the early summer, late spring time of year. Like I say, it's early June. And we'll see if we can find this flower. All right, here we go. We just had a rain shower. It has been that kind of a blustery late spring. Cold days, showers, warm days, sunshine with thunderstorms and more showers. I don't think we've had a day that has actually been just straight sunshine. Seems to be moisture coming down every day. One of the nice things about when there was a shower happening, I didn't have to worry about mosquitoes. Now that the little rain shower stopped, mosquitoes are back. You can pretty much be sure if there's no snow on the ground in the Caribou-Chilcotin region of British Columbia, you're going to have mosquitoes. Fairy slippers are fairly hard to spot. Really gotta watch for them. They're close to the ground. They're only maybe 4 inches tall and quite a small little flower. So really gotta scour the area to find some. My dad used to log a 160-acre parcel that he owned. He selectively logged it, just taking the trees off that he needed at the time each year. Did it for 50 years. He very much was a conservationist, without really ever saying he was. In June he would, there was a spot, we had fairy slippers growing, and he would always go check on them, and even though he claimed he didn't care for flowers, didn't have time for them, etc., he would go check and see how that patch of fairy slippers were doing. And the area the fairy slippers grew on his property, that was a no-go. We never disturbed that little area that they were in, maybe 100 feet across and 30-40 foot wide area that produced a really nice little crop of fairy slippers every year. That we didn't drive any machinery on it. We never felled trees across that area. We always kept it protected. The fairy slippers are very fragile. They will not take very much disturbance. And he knew this, and they were a special little flower. So he made sure that they were always taken care of, blooming or not blooming. So I'll let everybody in on a little secret. I'm not exactly sure what signs to look for to find fairy slippers. The ones that were my dad's property are ones that we just knew about forever. I know I need to find some older growth. Old stumps like this is good. I also occasionally just stumble upon them. And 2 years ago, in this general area, I did exactly that. I stumbled upon some. And I know there's somewhere on this ridge, facing to the west in this particular case. So I'm just sort of scouring the bush trying to find that same small patch that I found a couple years ago. I'm also lots of mosquitoes today, and I'm getting a little bit of protein every once in a while when I swallow one or two. But that's part of wandering around through this particular forest. These stumps we're seeing were probably cut, the trees logged back in the 1940s. In this area, the forest industry started to get quite big around that time period. Started to really grow. A lot of very small mills started up. They'd come through the bush and drag the mill from site to site. Maybe 10 men would be involved in the crew, skidding logs in, cutting the logs into lumber, and then when they'd cut that area of the prime wood, the larger wood, they would take and drag the mill a little further along. So that's why we're seeing these big stumps. It definitely dates back in the 1940s. One of the problems of finding the fairy slippers is that they bloom for a very short time. I could just be just a few days too late and walk right past them. Unless I was very close, I would not recognize the plant. I really need to see the actual flower to be sure that I've found them. And the other thing is that they're very small. They do not grow much higher than the average growth that we see in the forest floor right now. So potentially they could be even hidden by other foliage. If I wasn't quite close to them, I might miss them entirely. So I could miss them by 10 feet in just a few days. So like so many treasure hunts, I'd pretty much given up on finding a fairy slipper. And I was walking along, heading the general direction of my truck, and I almost stepped on a little fairy slipper. Just a single little bloom. It's well past its prime, so I know I've got here a little late. I need to be here a week earlier next year, and hopefully I'll find them in full bloom at this time. So anyway, I did find one lone past its prime fairy slipper to show you. I'll do my best to get it in the video here. And I was walking along, I almost stepped on it. That's how close I had to be to see it. I'll have to make note of its location here. It's on this flat area, surrounded by trees. Oh yeah, I can come back to here, no problem. There's a few windfalls around, all really good indicators. I say all of that sarcastically. I'll never find this location again, but I can try. I'll try next year to find it. So that is what I was looking for. You can see the size of it scaled to my hand. It is a very tiny little flower. It's probably 3/8 of an inch long, the actual slipper. Really dainty and delicate, and they are a dainty and delicate plant as well, so we really want to leave them undisturbed as much as possible. All right, well, I really enjoyed having you guys come along for the walk and having a chance to show everybody the forest here, and we got to see a fairy slipper. That's pretty awesome. Anyway, guys, I really do appreciate you guys joining me on this adventure. I'm glad I was able to find fairy slippers, and like I say, I really enjoy being able to share this with you. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.